So when it comes to the MRD assays that have been developed for a long time, we still are basing the clinical decision-making and the clinical assessment for MRD status based on the bone marrow-based assays. The sequencing-based assays, the adaptive biotech assay is the only FDA-cleared, and here in America also CMS-approved, so Medicare pays for that for reimbursement. That is the only FDA-cleared assay. A lot of the larger institutions have tried to set up their own flow cytometry-based assays. It's not as popular here in Europe for various reasons, and reproducibility and the quality of the data is a little bit all over the place when it comes to flow cytometry if you look across institutions. There is emerging efforts. I mentioned previously that we have worked on immunopet imaging, where we have labeled monoclonal antibodies and we're able to identify low level residual sites of disease. We don't know if that's going to provide additional MRD information. We are trying to build that into a program where we compare to conventional MRD testing in the bone marrow, also with image-guided biopsies to take out the cells and try to characterize these residual pockets. And also there are efforts going looking at small protein fragments in the peripheral blood. The high throughput mass spec is one technology. There is a technology developed by the Binding Site in the United Kingdom that looks very, very promising, which seems to be able to capture with 100 to even 1,000 times higher sensitivity compared to currently available blood tests. And it seems to be very similar in terms of clinical utility compared to bone marrow-based, for sure, flow cytometry assays. And the Mayo Clinic here in the United States have developed their local assay with mass spec as well. So I think there is a lot of development outside the bone marrow. Other groups are looking into DNA and circulating cells. For now, that is probably a little bit too early to know where that's going. So I'm very optimistic, and I'm convinced that MRD is going to be a very important part in clinical decision-making as we go forward for myeloma care.